You are now watching LA to LA Access Media. Don't forget, like and subscribe to the channel so that you can get all the latest videos, updates on videos, and when new videos will be out. And hit that bell button. Today we're talking about Draya Kelly, the ex-wife of R&B singer R.KELLY. Draya Kelly, who have been on social media platform exposing R.KELLY and all the juicy tea about what he was like when she was married to him, guys. She's seen everything. Over 20 years of being married to this man, you know she knows something. But what really caught my first attention about Draya is how strong and positive she was when supporting the women that were coming forth. When I first saw her interview on The View, I was just feeling so sad for her. Let's take a look at that interview.
Attacked me in the back of a Hummer, and I do suffer from PTSD because of it. Whenever Hummers, when I would see them on the road, I would shake, my hands would sweat, and I would get nervous and I couldn't breathe. And he attacked me one time in the back of a Hummer, and I thought I was gonna die in the back of the Hummer. Because what he had done, he'd taken this left arm and pulled it behind me, and his weight was on my body, but he didn't realize his forearm was on my neck. So as he's pressing down, my breathing is getting labored. And the only reason why I think I made it out is because I said, Robert, you're gonna kill me. I can't breathe. You have to get your arm off of my neck. And I just remember sitting in the back of the Hummer and it got blue. And I just thought, oh my God, I'm gonna die in the back of this Hummer and he's gonna drive off with my body in the back seat and nobody's gonna know.
And you also talk about being hogtied.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
I oftentimes say when he would have an episode, I knew when it was about to happen because his eyes would change and his demeanor would change. And there was something in my spirit, I would get very fearful because I'm like, I think he's going to attack me. And he got really angry with me and he started arguing with me. And I'm like, you know what, I'm fine. I'm not gonna do this with you. I don't wanna argue with you. I don't wanna fight with you. And he was like, you what? And I just remember instantly when he grabbed me and threw me down, I was on my stomach. So I'm trying to fight to get away. So what he did, he grabbed, it was the strap to his robe off of the bed, and he had his knee in my back, and he took both of my arms behind me, tied them, and then attached my legs to my arms. And he hog-tied me and left me on the side of the bed, and he actually fell asleep. And that's the only way I got away, because I was like, okay, God, how am I gonna get out of this? And God said, just lay there. And I'm thinking, well, no, I gotta get away. But that was the best thing I could have done because he actually fell asleep. And that's the way, me being a dancer, I'm like, if I keep moving my legs, it's eventually gonna make this get loose. And if I can get my legs loose, I can get my arms loose. And I finally
just totally horrible things. Even the Lifetime document series was horrible for me to watch about her. So the whole exposure of R.KELLY and the alleged abuse that she went through and how she know about other women who went through it because they knew her story and their story were the exact same. I was definitely here to cheer her on with giving all the juicy tea. But then when social media popped up with this video of her twerking, guys, check this out. This video went viral. When I say social media was just talking about it, and they were just trying to get some idea of what was going on with her. Was she just venting? Was she just trying to, like, you know, move forward? We do understand that when you go through things and they're very stressful, it's great to blow some steam off. But the fact that she was doing it in public and people were video recording her didn't seem to bother her. But a lot of people feel like right now they're at the head of the investigation, and she's spoken out against her ex-husband R.KELLY, and she's the advocate to help these women actually get justice for themselves. So this whole behavior of twerking and flipping and doing wheelies with your legs and putting your leg up behind your back is just, it's unnecessary. And what is it all for? If she does want to do things like that, do it in the privacy of your own facility. Like, why are you out here doing that part? So it kind of took a lot of people back. And a lot of people just feel like, is she really a victim? Because she's not acting as if she's a victim. These women have come forth, you know, with the risk of being victim shamed and everything else, because some women are being victim shamed. And it's hard, especially when you're an African American woman, trying to get people to believe that, you know, you do have a tough time getting over situations as abuse allegations as enough as it is. And when you have a multitude of women coming against one man saying that I was abused, this man did this to me, and other women coming together and making sure they stand together and stay strong. And then you have Draya Kelly, who is just saying, you know, I'm just doing me. I don't need to be, you know, stopping my whole happiness and flow. I'm going to continue to listen to his music and, you know, be an advocate for his music. But then in one breath, you're saying that, you know, you're a victim. Draya, pick a side, okay? Pick a side. Yes, we know that the man is talented. Yes, we knew all of that. Yet he still has very bad characteristics about himself that needs to be addressed. And frankly, I feel like Draya can spoil this whole thing for everybody. So if she doesn't really understand that context, then she's really not caring. And she's acting as if she doesn't care. Now, Draya was the first one to actually stand beside the first victim. And so that made her look as if she understood where these women were coming from. But now that she's come out, it doesn't feel like she understands where she stands in this whole situation. And that within itself is bad, because she should be able to show support without looking like a fool. So after that View interview, when I saw what she was saying about the alleged abuse, take a look at this.
Blue. And I just thought, oh my God, I'm gonna die in the back of this Hummer, and he's gonna drive off with my body in the back seat, and nobody's gonna know.
And you also talk about being hogtied.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
I oftentimes say when he would have an episode, I knew when it was about to happen, because his eyes would change and his demeanor would change. And there was something in my spirit. I would get very fearful, because I'm like, I think he's going to attack me. And he got really angry with me, and he started arguing with me. And I'm like, you know what? I'm fine. I'm not going to do this with you. I don't want to argue with you. I don't want to fight with you. And he was like, you what? And I just remember instantly when he grabbed me and threw me down, I was on my stomach. So I'm trying to fight to get away. So what he did, he grabbed, it was the strap to his robe off of the bed, and he had his knee in my back, and he took both of my arms behind me, tied them, and then attached my legs to my arms. And he hog-tied me and left me on the side of the bed, and he actually fell asleep. And that's the only way I got away, because I was like, okay, God, how am I gonna get out of this? And God said, just lay there. And I'm thinking, well, no, I gotta get away. But that was the best thing I could have done, because he actually fell asleep. And that's the way, me being a dancer, I'm like, if I keep moving my legs, it's eventually gonna make this get loose. And if I can get my legs loose, I can get my arms loose. And I finally did and got away.
Did you?
Yeah.
What set him off?
Now, after that interview, I clearly understood where Draya Kelly was coming from. This man was going to possibly kill her and leave her for dead. And she thought she'd never see her family and friends again. So when allegations came forward from other women like Kitty Jones, who came forward on a radio station and testified that she too experienced the same thing with R. Kelly, and that Draya Kelly was just confirming what she had already experienced. Even Geronda Pace, the first victim that came forward, she was 16 when she met R. Kelly. So he has a history. Even this man's daughter is still with R. Kelly, and he's waiting to see what the investigation is going to lead, because he's hoping to get his daughter back. So R. Kelly clearly is almost there of getting convicted, because the Lifetime series definitely put the nail in the coffin. Take a look at this clip.
This documentary, and no, this isn't the R. Kelly witch hunt. This isn't about going out and attacking him. This is about supporting these women. Within that man, there is a monster, and you're so caught up in that celebrity that you're not realizing lives are in jeopardy.
At the end of the day, this guy that makes this great music is abusing women.
Y'all, she was completely right about everything she said. But she said that in one breath, and then she takes to social media, playing his music, jamming to his songs, and in another breath she's saying, it's just family problems. It's just how you handle family. You can say something about your family and you can still have a problem with them. You can come out and you can admit things, but you can still be kosher because it's family. So you guys, check out this video where she took to social media and she tried to explain why she was doing the things she was doing, like playing his music and telling people to support his music. You guys, go ahead and check out this video.
And it takes a lot to be him, to do what you do, to perform, write, be on the stage, do what he does. So I thank him that my children do live the life that they live. It's because of his hard work. It's because of his gift. It's because of his writing. It's because of his producing. It's because of his performing that we have the life that we do. And I say we because at the end of the day, I don't pay rent on a separate house. I don't pay bills in a separate house. It's not like, oh, I got a place where my kids stay and they got lights, and then I got another place where I stay and I got lights. We have lights. We have food. We have the lifestyle that we have because he's the vessel through which my blessing has come. That we have because he's the vessel through which my blessing has come. But I'm very clear. God is the source of all. My ex just happens to be the vessel through which it comes because all of it belonged to my daddy. And I know I'm one of his favorites. So he has blessed me in that way. And I'm not going to take that back. People can say it's conceited or it's this. No, it's not conceited. I'm just confident and I know because my life reflects that. Because all that I have been through and survived, a lot of people wouldn't make it through it. So I got to be one of my daddy's favorites. For him to hold my hand and take me through the storm like that and bring me out on the other side and she ain't got no wrinkles and she's happy, I got to be one of his favorites. And if you don't like it, that's fine. I don't care. But back to my ex. I really respect him because it's not easy. You had to been hiding on a goddamn rock if you don't know what my ex has been through. But not only was he going through it, me and his children were going through it at the same time. So for him still, no matter what people's opinion of him was, no matter what people said about ex has been through, but not only was he going through it, me and his children were going through it at the same time. So for him still, no matter what people's opinion of him was, no matter what people said about him, walking into interviews, not knowing what people gonna say, when they gonna say it, how they gonna say it, the fact that he still held his head high, went out there and did what he had to do to make money, because at the end of the day, he's an artist, he's a writer, he's a producer. That is his job. No different than if somebody's a doctor, no different if your ass work at the post office. That is still his job. He got up every... I don't give no fuck what you think about him personally, because we're not talking about that. But what we are talking about, him as a writer, performer, artist, producer, people that he has brought their careers back to life. We talking about from the eyes, he's revamping, bringing back Mr. Biggs and Charlie Wilson, like we gonna be Uncle Charlie, and working on that album from Kelly Price to Michael Jackson, Madonna, Whitney Houston, Toni Braxton. The list goes on and on and on. The man is undeniable. But at the end of the day, he had to do all of that with that dark cloud. But what kept him focused and kept him going is, I have to do this for my children to make sure that they are okay. Because he could have just went under a rock and hid and shit been in shambles and we be the fuck everywhere. But that didn't happen. So at the end of the day, I love him for that. I will always respect him for that. And he did it with grace in the height of the storm. It wasn't no shit like he went and hid off somewhere and then came back. Live. Yes, that is my baby daddy playing in the background. What y'all about?
Turn right to I-285 South.
Questions, you have passed my test. Happy people. Yeah. What you thought? I celebrate him and his music and his artistry. We do what the fuck he do. That's right, Reese. Hey, cousin. Family first, honey. Family first. And you know that special rule about fair. I can say what the fuck I want to say about him because he's my family. You ain't got shit to say. I'm going to cuss your ass out. How about that? That ain't your motherfucking family. That ain't your husband. That ain't your baby daddy. So, you know how that is. Somebody can be talking crazy at the family barbecue. People could act a goddamn fool At a funeral, let somebody say something crazy about your brother at school. You try to rip their goddamn head off. Now, you might have called your brother the dumbest motherfucker to walk the face of the earth. Let somebody call your brother or sister that, and you will try to kill them. That's just family law. That's family love 101. Respect the boundaries. I don't give a fuck how you feel about it. Don't talk about my family. And it don't matter. You be like, oh, well, you said he wasn't no good. Well, goddamn it, I got the right to say he wasn't no good. In my family, I can say that. Because I also know how good he is. I also know how great he or she is. See, the problem with people that want to talk shit, they don't ever want to talk about the good. They want to harp on the negative. They only want to talk about the bad. But you know, when family come through, we don't play those games. And that's because at the end of the day, we can still reflect on when he wasn't a crackhead, when he was that good that fixed cars, could turn a garbage can into a barbecue grill, when he was the funny one that no matter what was going on in the family, he would come through with that smile bright as the sunshine and cheer everybody up. So that's why that's hood law. That's why y'all got to be careful when y'all speak on somebody's name about something that you perceive or think that you know, or you.
So there was her TMZ kind of like little clap back at everybody. TMZ kind of put that up there, and I'm like, really, Draya? And she's telling people that this video is in no way should be perceived as an intention of support for R. Kelly, but should be viewed as a statement to her strength and not being defeated. At this point, I'm like, girl, you better shut your ass up. But that's all I have for now, guys. Okay, so let's get the discussion popping. What do you guys think about how R.KELLY is behaving in public, then when she's like not on camera, then when she's on camera? Do you believe one bad apple can spoil the whole bunch? Well, I'll see you guys in my next video. Go ahead, like and subscribe, and let's go ahead and get some comments going so we can talk about it. Thank you guys for watching. LA to LASS Media. Peace.